coach today. Really pleased with the effort our guys gave. We only talked yesterday and this morning about, holding them, playing good defense, and not focusing on offense against this team, because I thought that sometimes you have a tendency to let up and let go of your edge. I did not see that. I thought they did a very good job, and they maintained it even through the second half. I like the fact that there's been 2 or 3 nights this year that our reserves have got a chance to play significant minutes. You can say that was the plan 3.5 weeks ago, but the plan doesn't work unless the first group comes in there and gets them a substantial lead. We have not done that the last 3 years, whether it was Black Hills or Sioux Falls or Western State. And because we did not do that, we never got a chance to get some significant minutes for those guys that deserve it and that are going to probably be needed on a once-in-a-while important basis. So that piece was good. I don't know if there's 10 teams in the country that have played this many games, nine games in this short a time. So I think in terms of injuries, illness, significant minutes for reserves, except for those 6 minutes that we'd love to have back, where we got a little shiner in Dallas. I thought it's been a pretty good 3 weeks. And now we jump ahead and we go and play a pretty talented, experienced Cal team. That'll be our 3rd BCS opponent. We had in mind those first 10 games, 3 BCS, Denver, and New Mexico State. We thought that'd be a pretty tall order. So all in all, like where we're at, got to get better. I'm probably the only one that's excited about having a chance to practice tomorrow. We haven't had a practice in 17 days, so we're going to go up and down a little bit, and we're going to evenly divide the squad and have a little competitiveness tomorrow.
And Larry, you mentioned it, you can never plan that out, but coming back, you had a return from SMU, you didn't get a chance to practice, to be able to get your starters to be on focus, to get the lead, and then get your reserves out there and keep that edge. That had about go as well as you had hoped, just because you got another game Wednesday and have to get back on the road.
Yeah, like I said, I really I trust these guys, but it's always good to trust somebody and then have that piece fulfilled. And I just thought they got down to business. At halftime, that's the only thing we talked about. We don't know who's going to be in the game. What we do know is there's going to be 5 of us and 5 of them. Let's focus on the 18. You just held them to 17 points. Why wouldn't we be able to hold the same guys to 17 again? I thought for the most part they focused on that most of the half.
Coach, with Sellers, it's not pretty, but he just seems to hover around the rim and do what you need him to do. Just, what made him so effective? Was it just, having that knowledge of what you guys need from him, or just how did he go about having a successful
I think
play?
he was the recipient of some very unselfish plays, and fortunately he's learned to finish those plays. Where he struggled in the past, be it physical conditioning or otherwise, he's finished plays. He's had back-to-back games here where he's scored significant inside finishes, and I think that's the biggest difference. Yes, they found him because we're an unselfish team, but at the same time, I think his conditioning has helped him.
How important is that, not just to have the starters play well and get into the second group, but to have Sellers, Herndon, McMahon, have those guys produce the way that they were able to, to have those reserves be as productive as they were today?
Well, it's refreshing for them, I'm sure, because they want to have that inner confidence that if you call on me, I can deliver. But it's even more refreshing for the staff to know that, fatigue, foul trouble, injury, illness, off-the-court problems. Eventually, if any of those things affect our family, that we have some people that have already stepped up. So I think it's been very important these first 9 games.
Is there anything that stood out? I know Herndon had some good thing, had a couple blocks, athletic follow. Gorski saw a lot more time, and made some shots. I know Lieberman played a lot and only had, I think 3 assists, 1 turnover. Was there anything that really stood out with some of these
I
bench
told him
kids?
after the game, the one thing that stood out to me was, Jack Benz, I've always been able to count on you for 4 years. You came in, you organized loudly, you had 3 assists, 0 turnovers, and that's why you've been put in big games before. That's the one guy that he gets it. And not that we didn't have a lot of other pieces that fell in place, but that was the one that lingered in my mind when I walked in to see the team.
Larry, quick comment on Nance getting to 1,000 career points.
Yeah, you know, he's such a selfless guy that I'm sure it means a lot to him, but it'll probably mean a lot more to him at the end of the year when hopefully he's accumulated several individual and hopefully several team accomplishments.